Just when you think that there are no new frontiers left on Earth, no new discoveries left for the explorers, some undiscovered corner of this planet proves to be a fascinating place.
Throughout history and over the millennia, exploring caves can be like a dice toss. You never know what you might find. However, explorers and scientists have ventured into the depths of caves, uncovering a world of astonishing wonders. From ancient castles nestled within caverns to mesmerizing underground waterfalls, this video reveals some remarkable discoveries that shed light on the hidden beauty and secrets concealed beneath the Earth's surface. Number 15. A lost child. A group of friends exploring an underground cave stumbled upon a terrified girl crying, lost and alone. The group was exploring Ape Cave in Mount St Helens, Washington, when they found the curly-haired child lost deep inside the cave alone. The group crawled into the cave with nothing but their backpacks and lanterns. You can hear them in the video grunting as they crawl through the tight space. One of them expresses pessimism that their adventure into the cave isn't worth the trouble, as they consider turning around and not going through to the other side. Even though the group is a bit scared of going further, curiosity gets the better of them, and they keep going. They crawled further through the tiny hole and they came across the terrified youngster. The girl clearly could not speak English, but she somehow managed to crawl into the cave without a torch. There is nothing in the video to suggest how she managed to climb so deep and far into the hollow. The Ape Cave was discovered in 1946, and it is regarded to be one of the longest caves in North America. We don't even want to imagine what could have happened to this child if Josh and his friends didn't find her when they did. Number 14. CRESWELL CRAG. In the corner where Derbyshire meets Nottingham is an incomparable sight. We are talking of the CRESWELL Crags. In 2003, cave markings were found in the CRESWELL CRAG. The engravings were strange, having images of birds, stags, etc. It is said that early gatherers took shelter in the cave, and these men fell mighty beasts such as aurochs, hares, etc. Crags like the CRESWELL CRAG were regularly occupied for years by early hominids who took shelter from the elements in the limestone caverns. The early hominids were hunter-gatherers, and they usually arrived seasonally. Arriving seasonally, these hunter-gatherers tanned their leather, knapped flint tools, and carved bone gewgaws while etching their presence into the walls of caves and fissures. Scientists are still combing these crags, hoping to unravel the mystery and history of the people who once occupied them. Number 13. HELLFIRE Caves. HELLFIRE Caves are situated above the village of West Wickham, at the southern edge of the Chiltern Hills near High Wycombe in Buckinghamshire, southeast England. These caves were excavated between 1748 and 1752 by Francis Dashwood. He founded the HELLFIRE Club, and they used the caves as their meeting place. The HELLFIRE Caves have been a tourist attraction since 1863, seeing many cave explorers attempt to find all sorts of spooky things. The HELLFIRE Club, created by Francis Dashwood, became so popular that a group of X-Men villains were named after it. Klooges, like the HELLFIRE Club, was a meeting place for persons of quality who wished to participate in what were socially perceived as immoral acts. Members were often involved in politics. Neither the activities nor membership of the clubs are easy to ascertain. The clubs allegedly had distant ties to an elite society known only as the Order of the Second Circle. Today, anyone can explore the cave regardless of their societal standing. However, the HELLFIRE Cave still gives us insight into one of Britain's most mysterious secret societies. Number 12. The Cave Castle. The Prejima Castle looks like something out of a vampire movie. Nestled high up in the mouth of a cave, Prejima Castle is a site rich in history, and it was once the home to the Slovenia version of Robin Hood. The castle sits atop a high cave, giving whoever occupies it a clear landscape view. The castle is notable for many things. One, it is noted for its position at the mouth of a cave. It is also noted for being about 403 feet high. It is believed that the construction of the Prejima Castle began in the 12th or 13th century. Built in the Gothic style, which was in vogue then, the Prejima is a wonder to behold. The entire castle wasn't built in one go, but it was built phase by phase. The earliest reference to Prejima Castle is dated 1274 and was referred to by its German name, Lueg. The most famous occupant of the Prejema castle is Erazem Luege. He was a knight who made a name for himself as a robber baron. However, he was most famous for his defense of the castle against the forces of the Holy Roman Emperor. Although the Romans eventually defeated him, Erazem Luege's ability to withstand them for a while shows the fortification prowess of the Prejema castle. Number 11. Lost River Cave. The Lost River Cave can be found in Bowling Green, Kentucky. It is a 7-mile cave system, and it originates outside of the cave and flows into it. The Lost River Cave contains one of the most prominent natural entrances. Boats regularly tour this cave, making it one of the favorite destinations for boat enthusiasts all year. The river itself isn't very long. It is only 400 feet long. However, the Lost River Cave boasts an impressive depth of 437 feet. This is why it was once listed as the shortest, deepest river in the world. Research has shown that Paleo-Indians may have been some of the people who lived around the area where the Lost River Cave is. The cave location and valley provided them with shelter and water supply. Apart from serving as a shelter and food source, the Lost River Cave was once a nightclub. In 1934, local businessman Jimmy Stewart opened a nightclub in the mouth of the cave. The famed nightclub had a stage, bar, and dance floor. It was known as the Cavern Nightclub. The venue was very popular because of its cool temperatures during a time when air conditioning was rare. Number 10. Jenolan Caves. The Jenolan Caves are magnificent limestone caves nestled in the Blue Mountains of New South Wales, Australia. The Jenolan Caves look like an underground wonderland full of awe-inspiring stalactites, stalagmites, and underground rivers. No one is certain if Europeans discovered the cave. However, Charles Whelan is attributed as the first to conduct visitors to the cave in 1840. It is also generally accepted that Charles Whelan discovered the cave while pursuing a fugitive. As he chased the thief, he stumbled upon the Jenolan and reported its existence to his brother. The Jenolan Caves are among the oldest open caves in the world, dating back hundreds of millions of years. The Jenolan Cave isn't just one cave, it is a network of caves, allowing visitors to explore, each with its unique charm. There are also tales of the indigenous Gundungura people who consider these caves sacred. This adds an extra layer of enchantment. It's a must-visit for anyone exploring the wonders of Australia's landscape. The Jenolan Caves promise a magical journey through Earth's geological history beneath your feet. Number 9. Reed Flute Cave. The Reed Flute Cave makes us realize that we don't know as much about our Earth as we claim. Lurking underground is the spectacular Reed Flute Cave, discovered in modern times by a group of people fleeing Japanese forces during World War II in the 1940s and looking for refuge. However, these refugees weren't the first to discover the cave. How do we know this? The proof lies in the interior of the Reed Flute Cave. Inside the 787-foot-long cave, there are ink writings on stone that are believed to be as old as 792 CE. Reed Flute Cave is over 180 million years old, meaning it existed long before the ink writing. This natural wonder hosts thousands of people from all over the world. The cave was named after the reeds that grow at its ench and are used to make flutes and other musical instruments. Inside the cave, there are colorful lights that can literally take your breath away. We may have explored every frontier of the Earth, but do we know all there is to know about these frontiers? The Reed Flute Cave raises many questions about how much we know. Number 8. Salt Cathedral. The Salt Cathedral is an architectural masterpiece that miners built. The Salt Cathedral has now become a beautiful temple that stands as a testament to what humans can do when we work together. The Salt Cathedral is at Parque de la Sal, Zipaquira, Cundinamarca, Colombia. It has become a place of fellowship for the Catholic faithful. The temple at its bottom has 3 sections, each of which marks essential timelines in the life of Jesus. Each chamber within the cathedral holds symbolic representations of the stations of the cross and significant biblical events, adding to the spiritual journey for visitors. The ornaments, icons, and details carved on the wall of the cathedral were all hand-carved in the halite rock. The Salt Cathedral is considered to be one of the most notable achievements in terms of architecture for Colombians. The Salt Cathedral isn't just for fancy, it is a functional church that receives as many as 3,000 visitors every Sunday. However, the downside is that the church has no presiding church, which means the Catholic Church doesn't officially recognize it. If you ever visit the Salt Cathedral, be prepared for a mind-warping experience. As you descend into the depths of the earth, you'll encounter intricately designed chapels and sculptures, all carved out of the salt rock. The grandiosity of the main nave with its salt crystal chandeliers and cross-shaped structure is breathtaking. Number 7. CHAUVET Cave. The CHAUVET Cave may be the cave that has the first image of a volcano. In this cave is the painting of a disaster 36,000 years ago. Scattered through the cave are dabs of red and white, which are a few among many that fill the cave wall. The CHAUVET Cave was discovered in 1994 in Ardèche, southeast France. On the cave wall are images of lions and woolly mammoths and handprints of the men and women who painted them nearly 40,000 years ago. A closer inspection of the cave has now shown what appears to be the first known depiction of a natural disaster. This finding could pose a challenge to what we thought cave paintings meant. People who made cave paintings, as we know it, would usually draw hands and animals. But the CHAUVET Cave carries a different drawing, a volcano, which makes us realize that our ancestors may have better understood our world beyond hands and animals. The volcano painting was made around the time that a geological survey places the eruption of a volcano near the Bas-Vivarais region. UNESCO classified the CHAUVET Cave as a World Heritage Site in June 2014, and the cave is closed to all except for scientists working at the site to protect its fragile contents and atmosphere. Number 6. Elephanta Caves of India. The Elephanta Cave is a slice of ancient history nestled on Elephanta Island, just a short ferry ride away from Mumbai, India. These caves are a UNESCO World Heritage Site and an architectural wonder dating back to the 5th to 8th centuries. The most iconic sculpture within is the three-headed Shiva, representing the creator, preserver, and destroyer aspects of the deity. The ambiance inside is spiritual and serene, inviting contemplation amidst ancient stone pillars and chambers. The main cave is known as the Great Cave. The colossal sculptures in the cave and intricate designs tell stories of Hindu mythology and Shiva's various forms. The Elephanta caves carved into the rock date back to approximately the mid-5th to 6th centuries AD. Among these caves, the focal point is Cave 1, measuring an impressive 127 feet, 11.433 inches. Architecturally, the Elephanta Cave bears a striking resemblance to the Dumar Lina Cave in Ellora, India. The primary structure of the cave, excluding the porticos on 3 exposed sides and the rear aisle, forms a 27-meter square and is upheld by 6 columns in each row. The Elephanta Caves originated from a well-established artistic tradition, yet showcases a unique sense of innovation. The synthesis of aesthetic allure and sculptural art, rich with responsive rasas, is in full glory in the Elephanta Caves. Also, Hindu spiritual beliefs and symbolism were intricately employed in the comprehensive design of these caves. Number 5. WAITOMO Glowworm Cave. WAITOMO Glowworm Cave is located in Waitomo, on the North Island of New Zealand. The cave gets its name thanks to the glowworm species in it. At the Waitomo Cave, visitors can access the visitor center entrance designed with wood. There are also boat rides under the glowworms, giving visitors a fantastic view of these beautiful creatures. Waitomo comes from the Maori words wai, water, and tomo, hole or shaft. Even though the local Maori had known about the cave for some time, it wasn't until a local Maori from Kauai, Tani Tinorau, and English surveyors Lawrence Cusson and Fred Mace were shown the entrance in 1884. Upon finding the entrance, the trio explored the cave in 1887 and 1888. Their exploration wasn't very elaborate. In fact, they embarked on their expedition using just a candlelight and raft going into the cave where the stream goes underground. Soon in their journey, they stumbled upon one of the glowworms as it twinkled on the cave's ceiling. Determined to find the cave, they traveled further by hurtling themselves toward a barrier. They were also astounded by the limestone formations. These formations surrounded them in all shapes and sizes. They soon discovered the cave entrance and returned many times after their initial exploration. Number 4. Ruby Falls, Tennessee. The Ruby Falls is a must-see attraction for anyone who visits Tennessee. The Ruby Falls was hidden 1120 under Lookout Mountain until Leo Lambert discovered it in 1928. Being a businessman, Leo Lambert immediately knew that he had stumbled upon a gold mine, so he immediately began to turn the place into a tourist site. Geologically, Ruby Falls Caves is part of the Lookout Mountain Cave, which prides itself in being one of the longest show caves in America. Ruby Falls has a stunning 150-foot drop. The good news is that Ruby Falls is open for guided touring. Let's tell you a short story of how the fantastic Ruby Falls was discovered. Leo Lambert, the notable founder of the cave, used to play in it as a child. Eventually, a tunnel was built through the mountain, blocking access to Lookout Mountain's natural entrance. In 1928, after returning to the mountain, Leo Lambert convinced investors to help him build an elevator shaft to the main passage. Laborers dug 5 feet down each day, and it was during this digging that they drilled into a void that led to the breathtaking Ruby Falls. Number 3. Cornwall Holy Well. The Holy Well of Cornwall is a respected historical natural spring in Cornwall, England. The site attracts hundreds of visitors every year and counting. Holy wells are ancient sites, often associated with religious or spiritual practices, where natural springs or wells are considered sacred and believed to have healing properties. Many holy wells are scattered through Cornwall, each with its unique history and story. These wells are ingrained in Cornish folklore, often tied to ancient and Christian beliefs. According to history, these wells were created because the Christian church was unhappy with the people continuing their old pagan worship. So, in the 10th century, the church issued a canon law to outlaw churches. The first decree didn't work, so they issued another one in the 11th century. The church went as far as building chapels over the spring, but that didn't stop people from clinging to their sacred springs. If you can't beat them, you join them, right? Yes, that's what the church did. The church finally settled on a compromise and rebranded the springs as Christian Holy Wells so the old practices could continue behind a Christian facade. Number 2. Lava River Cave. Lava River Cave is situated in Coconino National Forest near Flagstaff, Arizona. This cave has been rightly described as a captivating geological wonder. It's a lava tube cave formed around 700,000 years ago when molten lava flowed from nearby volcanic vents, creating a tunnel-like structure. The lava cooled on the cave's outer edges while the molten core flowed, eventually leaving a hollow tube. The cave measures about 0.75 miles, which makes it one of the largest lava tube caves in the United States. People who adventure through the cave will find stalactites, stalagmites, and other volcanic features. The cave maintains a cool, consistent temperature, so warm clothing and sturdy footwear are recommended for those who wish to explore the cave's depth. Lighting is crucial, since the cave is pitch dark. Visitors often bring their powerful flashlights or rent them on site. Number 1. Hell's Bells. Hell's Bells are peculiar and stunning geological formations found in the deep sea of Cenote Zapote, a renowned cave situated west of Puerto Morelos on the Mexican Yucatan Peninsula. These enigmatic stalactites, known as Hell's Bells, can reach heights of up to 2 meters and are submerged at depths ranging from 28 to 33 meters. They've earned their name due to their unusual bell-like shape, hence being referred to as the Bells of Hells. Professor Dr. Wolfgang Stinisbeck of the University of Heidelberg's Scientific Institute published his findings concerning the growth of these underwater formations. According to the professor, the growth of these cave formations might have occurred due to the influence of certain microbes within the cycle, facilitating an increase in pH that supported calcite precipitation. Through uranium-thorium dating of calcium carbonate, researchers determined that this growth occurred underwater, confirming that these bells formed in ancient times.